Hey everyone, I am back and we're not doing Minecraft right now. We're gonna play some Hytale. Actually, I've been playing Hytale since it released. I've had a lot of fun. I wanted to experience the game without having to worry about content creation or anything like that, to see if it would bring back that original playthrough of Minecraft, the nostalgia of what it was like playing Minecraft for the first time. And yeah, it was successful. It was amazing. I've loved every second of Hytale. Don't get me wrong, there are still issues and there are some gaps. I think Carl and I will discuss that on the Withering Effect podcast. I kind of want to do a first impressions video, but I want to save a lot of that for the podcast. So I think I'm going to lean more to the podcast on that, and we'll just do playthroughs on here. Now, I've done a creative world, a single player world. I played on this for about a week, just hopping back and forth, but I'm also part of a server that we're going to join right now. Link was amazing and set the server up for everyone, and she has kept everything updated. I'm sure there's people on. Yeah, there's people on. But yeah. Oh. There we go. Okay, so I took over an abandoned mineshaft. Great, there is a raid. An abandoned mineshaft, and started redecorating it. But we will start seeing what's going on here. Why? There we go. I was trying to figure out why this wasn't blocking. But yeah, this is one of the reasons we're gonna have to move. So spawning in this game, I don't know if it's like, so let's look at this. You can see to the right side how it says environmental zone encounters. I'm pretty sure, and there we go, mine shafts. Because I rebuilt a mine shaft building, the spawns are just constant, and sometimes they're non-stop. I had another person over here helping me out, and we fought these guys for 35 straight minutes. Yeah, and so, yeah, I think you just saw the little mole rat just respawn. So after I kill this guy, let's see if we get another respawn. So they'll often spawn back here, and they will spawn over there. Kind of looks like I got a little lucky, and they didn't do the mass respawn again. Ooh, that was good. That was actually timing to show one of the reasons why I want to go ahead and move away from here. I had a lot of fun rebuilding the structure, but once I kind of realized I was moving away from there, I was like, you know what, this might be a good time to bring everyone in and you know, start doing some videos and stuff with it. Now let's head over. Wait, did I just hear? No. Okay, let's head over to where we're gonna move to. All right, so the new place we want to move to is on that plateau right there with that lone tree. You can see I've already got some torches up there. I did a little bit of grading. I don't want to say terraforming or anything like that, because I really just kind of leveled it out a little bit. And you kind of got a sneak peek for the build when I showed you the creative thumbnail for that creative world. We're going to be up here. The climbing and stuff in this game is great, except for there we go. Okay. Sometimes I struggle with the 4-block jump. So yeah, we're going to be building up here on this little plateau. It's pretty secluded. A lot of Hytale is dangerous. Not so much in Zone 1. A lot of the mobs in Zone 1 are pretty easy to defeat. Wolves and bears are the only things that really give me a problem. Those guys right there, I don't really worry about too much. But since we're up here, things tend to not come up. I did have one of the skeleton guys spawn under the tree. But yeah, so yeah, Hytale, it's a massive a lot of fun. You can see a bunch of redwoods going over there. That's one of the projects I was working on. So our buddy over there, Will, he's been growing, working, I say growing, he's been upgrading the farmer's table, like straight up has a pumpkin pie farm now. He's basically going to give food to us for forever. So I went ahead and I need redwood. I need a lot of redwood for the build I'm getting ready to build. He had redwood saplings available. So I built this little farm I saw online, and it's a manual farm. Let's get down without destroying our knees. There we go. And yeah, we're also the teleporter that we just went through. It's his. He's letting me borrow that so I can move back and forth to the area pretty easily. Once we get this house in place, it's going to make moving things way easier. But I want to test this. Reason I'm starting Hytale here and not first on is because a lot of the early game, I think you've seen 1,000 of. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. I might not have to go decimate any biomes because of this one farm. Yeah, 172 logs. We're gonna be doing good. Yeah, I forget where I saw this farm. I'm gonna try to remember to put it in the. Actually, you know what? Let's pause. Okay, it was Art Nat. This was their design, and this was the first time I've used it. You can tell it's. Oh man, that just made life so much easier for me. I'm so excited. But yeah, so what I want to do now is there's obviously no replay mod or anything like that. So we're going to do a bunch of cutbacks. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do the foundation for the house out of cobblestone, and that'll give the simple layout. I'll bring you guys back before we start throwing up the walls and the roof and all that stuff. Okay, foundation's in place. I had to catch myself. I was starting to just build. I got so used to playing the game without recording that I just started going. But yeah, so cobblestone's what we're using as the foundation. And the cool thing about this game is you can get a hammer. This is just a crude hammer, so pretty cheap to make. And you can change the texture just by whacking it with the hammer, which is really fun. Can I do it? No, you can't do it to this stuff. But yeah, so what we need for the next part is the builder's workbench, which, there we go, you get from your pocket crafting. I don't think I'll need a regular workbench to build this stuff, but yeah, we're going to take some of our logs and things. We're going to make just regular redwood planks. You know what? We're going to need a lot of these, so we'll craft all of these. And we're going to go ahead and start building up our walls, but we're also going to use this hammer. And we're going to do some of that. So the walls themselves. Actually, there's going to be windows that go here. So let's do this. I think it's 3 windows. 1, 2, 3. And so we're going to have this bottom texture. And then we're going to go up to regular texture up there. So the sides, I don't have anything planned on the sides, and I'll explain that more once the building's in place. Oh, nope. There we go. Yeah, that's what essentially it's going to look like. So I'm excited. I'm going to go ahead and throw all the walls up before we get to the roofs, and then we'll come back. All right, so I threw the walls up, and I realized, well, it really wasn't much different from the foundation. So I started throwing some roofs on and try to get that. I have discovered a bug with OBS. It crashes every time I try. Well, Hytale crashes whenever I try. Words are really hard today. Whenever I try to start OBS, it'll crash Hytale, and I'm just falling. I've been so thrown off my game. Dear Lord. Okay, so recording and building's not good for Duds. Duds is massively struggling here. But yeah, so this is why I needed so much redwood. I've got the walls out of redwood, and I love the redwood roofs because they have that blue tile look to them. So I really wanted to use that. And we're going to go with the low sloped roof until the very top. We're going to give it a little bit of a peak. But yeah, so let me throw that in. We're going to have a little shelter. We're not going to have it overhang here. We're going to have it overhang on this side, though. But, yeah, let me get the majority of the roof. What's going on with my arm? It's weird. Yeah, let me try to go ahead and get the roof in, and then we will come back. All right, we are closing in on some of the fun stuff. Yeah, I'm super happy with this little cabin design. This is actually based off my last house I did on Ripple Effect. It was one of my favorite builds, and I didn't get to play with it as much as I wanted to. So I set out to just figure out if I could rebuild it in Hytale. Honestly, it's pretty big. The height differences, or not height differences, but the size differences, for as much as Hytale is a lot like Minecraft. What is that little sound? As much as Hytale correlates to Minecraft, some of the stuff doesn't. Like, you don't need as much storage and stuff because it doesn't have as many blocks and things. Weird. I definitely heard like a tingle sound. It looks like I forgot some roofs. Do I have any of those? Yeah, I do. Okay. May have been because I just couldn't reach. So the building in Hytale is so smooth. The only complaint I have, other than when I misclick things, is the auto walk-up feature. So Hytale movement has been absolutely amazing. I love all of it. Okay, cool. Like, you don't have to jump up to walk up a single block anymore. It does it for you. You saw earlier in the video, I was able to mantle different heights. That's a little too tall. There we go. You can mantle up to 4 blocks. You can jump 2 blocks, no problem. Like, the movement in Hytale is insane. Again, this is super early access, so there are issues it has, but honestly, it's not. Oh, that looks so bad now. I'm gonna have to take that down. But for the most part, this game is a lot more polished than I was expecting. So massive bravo to everyone involved. And yeah, so this is getting really close. The things I'm missing is a little walkway right here, a little porch, I should say. I'm just trying to figure out the right blocks. So the problem is I built this in creative mode, and I had different things. Like, I had tavern doors and tavern windows, which I guess are not in survival mode yet because I use dark wood. So I had to kind of rethink my thought process. So I think what I'm gonna do is we're gonna use some of this ash log, and we're gonna make some windows. Actually, you know what? Let's make the doors first. I need 2 of these. Let's put them in real quick, and then we'll do the windows. I love how doors operate in this game. If only there were pressure plates to automatically close the doors behind you, I'd be sold. And I'm sure something like that will probably end up coming soon. I don't really like the stone that's outlining that. I might have to change that up a little bit. So let's go with windows. 4, 8, 12. What's that? 6. So 18, 20, 22. I need 22 of these windows. Hopefully, I've got enough of this wood. Okay, so that's another thing I dislike. There we go. Oh no, I didn't need 40. Alright, maybe it's just me. Maybe I don't know how to work the crafter just yet. But we'll get these windows in. I need to figure out what I'm going to do for the floor. Replace the block. There we go. Yeah, I don't think that looks that bad, especially considering that wasn't the original setup. I was using a different door and a different window. So, not horrible. A lot of people are complaining that there's not any, like, glass windows in this game. I honestly don't mind some of the choices we have. The tavern windows are glass, or at least they look glass. I don't know if you can say they're glass windows, but yeah. I'm happy with these. It's not bad. This is super early access, so I'm sure they're going to be bringing tons of more stuff into the game later. Yeah, so let me finish the exterior details, and then we'll start planning out the interior next. All right, a little bit more of the outside is done. Let's talk. So some things that I've changed is the entryway around the door. I said I didn't like that originally, so I've changed. And these pillars I found, okay, so you can do some cool stuff. normally I would just throw the cobblestone in there and be like, oh, this is all the options I have. But if you craft one of these, get the cobblestone out of there and then put this in there, you now get different options. And it looks like you would get the same options for all of these, which is really cool. There's so much more than surface level in this game that I've yet to find. And it, again, it's like when you first play Minecraft all over again. It's an awesome experience. So yeah, there's a little wonk to this house. The fact that this pushes out one, but over here it doesn't push out any because we have this little room. When you come inside the house itself, there's no windows on this wall, or this wall, and that was done on purpose. So this house I'm expecting to grow and expand over time. So I didn't want to constrain myself. So what I have in my mind is we will extend this way at some point since we have all this space over here. We won't extend to the left side. So that's going to allow us to put windows and stuff over here. What I am thinking about doing is maybe finding this midpoint right here and putting like a fireplace and stuff right there. So that'll be cool. And I'm probably going to want an entrance through the back at some point, so that way I have two ways in and out. But I'm going to let the interior dictate how I want to do things. So that's why everything's pretty bare right now. Yeah, so I think the next thing is we're going to have to start moving some stuff from my original base over to here so we can start laying things out, which is super exciting. Well, actually, you know what? I'm going to build the fireplace chimney first because I do know I want it over here, and then I will start bringing some stuff over. Okay, what is a split second for you guys was like 4 days for me. Yeah, so I wasn't able to really do much all in one sitting, but North Carolina is in for another snow day, so I got a lot of work done. I decided to just crack down and play the game a lot this weekend. So, that's something I don't like. I'll explain that later once we get done on the inside. I spent a ton of time on the inside, and I'm pretty happy with it. I do have some complaints, but let's go over the little areas and stuff. So right away, this is the main storage area. I have these two chests here, which do a lot of the automatically pulling out of chests. Basically the furniture and the main workbench. There we go. But yeah, so I've separated, like, this is the stone side. These are like zone 1 stones. These are zone 2 stones. And my woods, I've separated my woods by, like, see how it says softwood? Beech log, softwood, softwood, softwood beam. So I went ahead and I've just separated them by hardwood, softwood, all that. I think there's like 12 different types of wood. So like that would be a dark wood. These are the ones that don't really have wood in their name. And yeah, light wood. So that's how I've separated those guys. That's how I'm going to kind of do my sorting for now. Luckily, they pull automatically from the bench, so I don't have to worry too much about that. Originally, I had the smelter and campfire in this fireplace. Yeah, that didn't really work out. I got annoyed with it being off-centered and stuff. So yeah, I just ripped it out. Plus, I needed light. Lighting in Hytale is one of the hardest things to get right. So I did some raiding. Realized once I finished raiding, I probably should have recorded it, but this episode's getting long as it is. But yeah, this is a housewarming gift from Link. We need to show you Link's base at some point, maybe next episode, because it is amazing. But yeah, campfires, they're doing a pretty good job lighting stuff up. I've got a table over here with a lot of knickknacks and fun stuff, mainly just books. There's books everywhere in this in this base. So this is going to be my cooking area. We've got the chef's table and all that stuff over here. Now, this is technically too far to reach these. I thought they had made that a bigger distance, but I guess that is kind of still... I didn't realize how big this cabin was when I was designing it. It probably could have been smaller, and it would probably made lighting everything up better. But yeah, just putting sticks in there. We've got some seeds. I'm really wanting to get into farming next episode. We've got all these guys, and I've got our mushrooms in here. So yeah, chef's area. It's still not done. I'm thinking about ripping the floor out and putting like a marble floor in. I think that would be really cool. I've got these cool shelves. You can put things on shelves, but they like hang halfway off. Let's grab a candle. Let me show you. This is one of my complaints I have. So yeah, let's grab a simple candle. Come over here. Boom. I place it on. Great. That's awesome. It hangs halfway off the shelf. I don't really like that. I don't know if there's a way to fix that in the game. Like if you can tell us, because like, see, look, this is a platform, and the candles and stuff fit perfectly in the middle, because I think it sees this as a full block, or at least the surface as a full block. And this obviously isn't, but it probably sees it as a full block. So it puts things in the middle, and I don't know if there's a way to fix that. It'd be cool to look in there and see. This is my my furniture crafting thing, and all the little things I've gotten from raiding outposts. I think they're called outposts. But yeah, this is the, I guess, armory. Per se, we've got our armor's bench, our blacksmith's anvil, the smelter's over here. You can see I did change the floor over here, kind of how I want to do that. I'm going to use different material, but we're going to do that over there. The only thing that's missing is I saw this at Link Space, and there's like bookshelves filled with books, and I kind of want to put that in this area. I think that would look really cool. Yeah, oh, torches. So if you see torches, that's just because I don't have the lights I want in there. So like for this section, I really wanted to use these guys, but I don't have any of this block quartzite. I need to look up where to find it and go get it. But yeah, I want to replace those torches with those green torches. I think that'll look really cool. And the torches and stuff you see over here is because we're going to expand on the base this direction. So I didn't want to do anything permanent until I had figured that out. Yeah, upstairs we've got a loft. Where my bed and stuff is. Just a chest with, again, random knickknacks and stuff. Yeah, oh, we've got these banners, which I got from raiding those outposts. Fun stuff. So the thing with the roofs I was complaining about comes from putting these banners and stuff right here. Whenever you connect to this roof, let's see. Oh, I need blocks. I've hated scaffolding in Minecraft for forever, and then I finally get used to using scaffolding, and now I'm playing Hytale, and I kind of wish I had scaffolding in Hytale. So whenever you place the blocks underneath, it does this weird connect thing, and the way I've found to fix it is if I break these two, see, it goes back to normal, and then I can, and it stays. I don't know why it does that connect thing. It's kind of annoying, and it might be because these are both the same sloped roofs. I probably should have used a different slope, and maybe that would have fixed it, but I don't know. We'll go with it. Let's chop this down. But yeah, I'm really, really liking this cabin. We have to work on the exterior. The exterior is garbage. Not the cabin itself, but like the train and stuff. And I really want to get into farming. So I think I'm going to do farming over on this side because there's not a lot of room for expanse. So maybe make this area the farm section, plus our chef's table and stuff's right here. So if I put our farming table and storage right here, we should hopefully be able to draw through the wall, which will be really cool. This tree got chewed up placing the roof. It's one of those things where if you get too close, the the bushes break, so we'll probably chop this tree down and replace it with another tree. I'd like to be able to get apple trees out here. I think that would really make sense, especially in the farming section. And anything else to show off? I really, really want to go over there and chop down that big tree. I've been saving that all episode to get on camera. And you know what? Let's just go do that. Okay, I just like hightailed it over here. Get it? Okay, yeah, bad joke. Bad joke. Let's go ahead and just chop all of these down. And let's see how many logs we get out of this 3x3 farm. Oh, that one didn't really grow. Wow, okay, so we won't chop that one down. And it may be because the trees that did grow around it are keeping it from growing. Let's pick everything up, and then we'll save that big one for last. Oh, I'm not going to need redwood for a long, long time. This farm is so good. So I got like 51 oak already in my inventory. Almost 1,000 redwood already. That is 1,000. 1129. Oh, this is gonna be so fun. Whoa. It went forever. Okay, so yeah, we got these rows. Almost, oh, it definitely is going to be over. It was 1361 for that one tree. Holy cow, that is awesome. All right, guys, I think that's going to do it for this episode. I get it was choppy and weird and maybe not the most smooth, but I'm still getting back into the swing of things, and getting back into the swing of things with a new game and having to make videos a different way because I don't have the normal tools. It was a little hard. Yeah, I love the fact that you can actually sit in this game. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Again, I don't think this house is definitely near done, and we really need to work on the exterior. Oh, I don't remember if I've said this before, but Link gifted us this horse when she made the portals. So yeah, we have a horse. We should probably build a barn for it. So that might come next episode when we start working on the exterior, getting into farming and all that stuff. I really want to upgrade armor, and I have a good amount of stuff to do that with. So yeah, I have stuff. I can go ahead and do some upgrades in things. Maybe we can do some more exploring and get that on video, since this episode was pretty much just building the base. But let me know if you liked the episode. Let me know if you want to see more. I'm thinking about getting back into streaming, especially now that I have upgraded internet, so that should be real nice. Yeah, let me know down below in the comments what you guys think. And until next time, have a good one. Bye.